The Birth of Glory, a devotional for the seasons of Advent, Christmas, and Epiphany, produced by Northside Church. Monday, December 22nd. Our scripture passage today comes from 1 Samuel chapter 4, verses 19 through 22.
His daughter-in-law, the wife of Phinehas, was pregnant and near the time of delivery. When she heard the news that the ark of God had been captured, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she went into labor and gave birth, but was overcome by her labor pains. As she was dying, the women attending her said, "Don't despair, you have given birth to a son." But she did not respond or pay any attention. She named the boy Ichabod, saying, "The glory has departed from Israel," because of the capture of the ark of God and the deaths of her father-in-law and her husband. She said, "The glory has departed from Israel, for the ark of God has been captured."
In our darkest and most painful situations, love can be hard to see, hard to know, and hard to share. And when love disappears, fear fills the void. Fear of what will or won't happen. Fear of losing ourselves or someone else, and most of all, fear of never being able to escape. Your situation can then become a trap that uses fear as a tranquilizer, paralyzing your body, crippling your ability to imagine any other possibilities. Ichabod's mother fell into this trap the day her situation flooded into her life. Her husband was gone, as were her brother and father, and so she was left with no one to support or to protect her. The love, care, and concern she had received from these three was suddenly snuffed out, and all that was left was an uncertain future and an insecure situation. At that moment, when love seemed to evaporate, the waters of fear came crashing in. Beyond that, with her father-in-law dead, her people had lost their political and spiritual leader. Where would they turn now? Who would save them? Normally, she would no doubt turn to God, but now the reality of her situation hit her hard. The Ark of the Covenant, the representation of God's glory and love for her and her people, had been taken away by their enemies. To her, in that moment, God was gone too. The glory of God departed from the people of Israel. Having lost every source of love in her life, Ichabod's mother was overcome with despair and grief, darkness and pain. But, most of all, she was overcome and swallowed completely by the fear her situation had unleashed upon her. And then she died, leaving her son in an even worse situation. We can all imagine her fear, even if we can't possibly fathom her situation, because we have all felt that fear too. Maybe it's a fear of losing someone or something important to us, or maybe it's a fear of someone finding out something, or a fear of never being forgiven. It could be a fear of failure, or a fear of diagnosis, a fear of not making ends meet, or a fear of being alone, or maybe even the fear of death itself. Whatever your situation is, whatever fear it might be flooding you with, God has not abandoned you, nor has God's glory departed us as the people of God. We are not a people who look toward the birth of Ichabod with no glory and lacking love. We are a people who look toward the birth of glory himself, Emmanuel, God with us. God's gift of love embodied in a baby and lying swaddled in a manger. Perfect love drives out fear, and perfect love has arrived. What fear do you need driven out by the love of Jesus Christ?